In 2026, real estate marketing is producing more leads than ever, and agents are closing fewer of them than ever. That is not a contradiction. That is the problem. If you are a real estate agent working with international buyers, German, Dutch, Scandinavian, Middle Eastern, and you feel like your marketing is broken, I want to tell you something directly. Your marketing is probably fine. The 10 mistakes I'm going to walk you through today have nothing to do with your ad budget, your creative, or your targeting. They have everything to do with what happens after the lead comes in. And if you fix these 10 things, you will not need to spend a single euro more on ads to close significantly more deals. I know that because I've seen it happen across 160 plus agencies in Spain, Portugal, Cyprus, and Dubai. Let's get into it. Let me give you a quick picture of where we are in 2026. 5 years ago, real estate marketing for international buyers was relatively straightforward. You listed on a portal, you went to an overseas property exhibition, you maybe ran some print ads in a German or Dutch magazine. The buyer came to you. That world is gone. Today, Heike, the German buyer who wants to retire to the Costa del Sol, is doing 6 months of research before she ever speaks to an agent. She's watching YouTube, she's on Instagram, she's in Facebook groups for expats in Spain, and she is being targeted by ads from 40 different agencies before she ever lands on yours. The agent who wins Heike is not necessarily the one with the best property. It's the one who responds first in her language in a way that feels personal. That is the shift. And the 10 mistakes I'm going to cover today all trace back to agents who haven't made that shift yet. Some of them are obvious. Some of them are going to surprise you. Let's start with visibility. Mistake number 1, you are running your real estate marketing in English to buyers who don't think in English. I know that sounds obvious, but I promise you, the majority of agents I speak to in Spain, Portugal, and Cyprus are running English language ads to German, Dutch, and Belgian buyers. Here is what happens. Peter, a Dutch buyer from Amsterdam, is scrolling Instagram. He sees your ad. It's in English, decent enough. He clicks. The landing page is in English. He submits his email, and then nothing happens for 8 hours because you're asleep in a different time zone. Now, he also saw an ad from a competitor in Dutch. Their headline said in Dutch, "Are you thinking about moving to the Algarve? Here's what Dutch buyers need to know." He clicked that one too. That agent called him back in 6 minutes in Dutch. Who do you think he's working with today? The solution: run your ads in your buyer's native language. Build landing pages in their language. Your open rates, click rates, and response rates will increase immediately, often by 40 to 60%. If you can't write the copy yourself, that's what we build for you. Mistake number 2, you are targeting everyone, which means your ad is relevant to no one. International property buyers is not an audience. It's a wish list. The agents who consistently fill their pipeline do one thing differently. They define one buyer, one nationality, one motivation, and they build everything around that specific person. Klaus is 58, from Munich, approaching retirement, and has been dreaming about living near the sea for 20 years. He has a budget of 600,000 euros. He wants to know, what's the tax situation? What's the healthcare like? And can he fly back to Germany easily? An ad that speaks to Klaus specifically will outperform a generic "buy your dream property in Spain" ad every single time. The solution: pick one nationality, build one avatar, write every piece of copy, every ad, every email, every WhatsApp message, as if you're talking to that one person. You can expand later, start narrow, go deep. Your ad is good, the targeting is solid, the buyer clicks, and they land on your homepage. Your homepage was not built for Klaus from Munich. It was built for everybody. It has your logo at the top, a slider of properties, a contact form somewhere in the middle, and maybe a paragraph about your agency. Klaus has been online for 15 seconds, and he already doesn't know what he should do next. He closes the tab. The solution is a dedicated landing page, a single focus page in the buyer's language that gives them one thing: a lead magnet worth having, a buyer's guide for German nationals buying in Spain, a market report on the Algarve for Dutch retirees. Something specific enough that Klaus thinks, yes, this is for me. One clear offer, one form, one next step. That single change from homepage to targeted landing page typically doubles conversion rates, double the leads, same ad spend, the fishing pond, not the vending machine, connected directly to mistake 3. Most real estate agents ask for a buyer's contact details without giving them a clear reason to hand them over. Contact us for more information is not a reason. Think about it from the buyer's perspective. Heike is early in her research. She's not ready to speak to an agent. She's still figuring out whether the Costa del Sol or the Costa Blanca is the right fit. She doesn't want a sales call. She wants information. If your form says, contact us, she bounces. If your form says, download the 2026 German Buyer's Guide to the Costa del Sol, free, 24 pages, no sales call, she converts. The solution: build a real lead magnet, a PDF guide, a market report, a property shortlist, something that costs Heike nothing except an email address, something she genuinely wants. That's the exchange. That's the door into your funnel. Get the exchange right, and everything else becomes easier. This is the biggest mistake on this list, and I need you to really hear this. When a buyer submits a form, there is a 60-second window in which their intent is at its absolute peak. They've just acted. They're in the moment. Their phone is in their hand. They are available. Studies show that responding to a lead within 60 seconds increases your conversion rate to appointment by almost 400% compared to responding after an hour. After 1 hour, that lead is cold. After 8 hours, your typical overnight gap, it might as well be someone else's lead. And here's what makes this especially painful for agents working with international buyers. Heike is in Munich. She submits a form at 8 p.m. her time. That's 8 p.m. your time too, roughly. But you are done for the day. You see it the next morning. You call at 9 a.m. Heike is on the bus to work. She doesn't pick up. You leave a voicemail in English. She doesn't call back. She bought from someone else. The solution: automate your first response. An AI voice call in the lead's language within 60 seconds of form submission. Any time of day or night. Not a text, not an email, a phone call. Because a phone call in 60 seconds is the thing that makes them think, this agency is serious. That is the primary moat of what we build at SEM Express. You sent the WhatsApp, they didn't reply. You tried once more, still nothing, and you decided the lead was dead. Here's a number that will reframe this for you. Only around 3% of your leads are ready to buy right now. The other 97% are at some earlier stage of the decision, researching, comparing, saving, planning. If you follow up twice and stop, you are leaving 97% of your pipeline on the table. Martijn, a Dutch buyer from Rotterdam, submitted a form in March. He wasn't ready. He was comparing Spain and Portugal. He had budget questions. He wasn't going to buy for 6 months. The agent who stayed in front of him, with educational content, market updates, helpful WhatsApp messages, was the one he called in September when he was finally ready. The solution: a structured nurture sequence. Not aggressive, not daily, but consistent. A 90-day follow-up sequence that keeps you in front of the buyer across email, WhatsApp, and SMS until they are ready to move. Most deals happen at contact 7, 8, or 9. Most agents stop at contact 2. Stop fishing with a line. Build a net. This is the follow-up version of mistake number 1, and it might be even more damaging. You got the lead. You followed up, but you followed up in English. Your WhatsApp message said, "Hi, saw you downloaded our guide. Happy to help. Let me know when you'd like to chat." Peter read it. His English is fine. He understood it, but it didn't feel personal. It felt like a template. It felt like a salesman. Now compare that to the agent whose AI system sent Peter a WhatsApp message in Dutch 12 minutes after he submitted the form. Dat said, "Hallo Pieter, ik wilde snel even opvolgen. Heb je de gids kunnen downloaden? Heb je al een concreet gebied in gedachten of ben je nog aan het oriënteren?" That message, in his language with his name, asking a genuine question, got a reply. The first message didn't. The solution: every touch point in the follow-up sequence needs to be in the buyer's native language, not just translated, written in a way that feels natural in that language. That's the difference between a reply and an ignored message. Your follow-up worked. The lead said yes to a call, and 40 minutes later you hang up and realize they have a budget of 80,000 euros and they want a penthouse in Marbella. That's 40 minutes of your life you won't get back. Unqualified leads are the hidden time thief in every agent's calendar. Not bad leads, just leads you didn't qualify before you got on the phone. The solution is a qualification sequence that runs before any appointment is booked. Budget, timeline, nationality, and residency situation, whether they've viewed properties before, what's holding them back, 6 questions delivered automatically via AI, or a WhatsApp sequence before the meeting goes in the calendar. The agents we work with who implement this report that their appointment quality increases dramatically. Not fewer appointments, better ones. They show up to calls knowing exactly what the buyer wants, what they can afford, and how close to ready they are. That preparation is what turns a 30% close rate into a 60% close rate. Same leads, same calls, half the wasted time. Ask most agents where their hottest lead is right now. They'll tell you a name, maybe a nationality, possibly a budget. Ask them where every lead they've spoken to in the last 3 months is in the process. Most of them can't tell you. That is flying blind. And when you fly blind, you lose deals not because of bad marketing and not because of bad follow-up, but because you simply forgot. Martine was ready to book a viewing 3 weeks ago. You were busy with another client. You told yourself you'd get back to him on Monday. You forgot. He called someone else. A properly configured CRM with pipeline stages solves this permanently. I'm not talking about a complicated system. I'm talking about simple stages. New lead, engaged, qualified, appointment booked, viewing completed, offer stage closed. Every lead sits somewhere in that pipeline. Every lead has a next action assigned to it. The system tells you who to contact today. You don't have to remember. The solution: get your leads out of your head, your email inbox, and your WhatsApp favorites, and into a pipeline you can see. This is the difference between a business and a hobby. It is not optional in 2026. Here's the mistake that sits underneath all the other mistakes. Most agents, when they recognize one of the problems I've described today, try to fix it manually. They spend a weekend writing a Dutch email sequence. They build a landing page on a free website builder. They set a phone alarm to remind them to follow up at 9 a.m. And for 2 weeks it works. Then life gets busy. A client calls, 3 viewings land in the same week, the manual system falls apart, and they're back to where they started. The difference between agents who consistently close international buyer deals year after year in any market condition is not that they are more disciplined. It's that they have a system that runs without them. The 60-second follow-up call happens whether they're asleep or on a viewing. The Dutch WhatsApp sequence fires automatically. The qualification questions run before the appointment. The pipeline updates itself. They don't rely on their own memory and motivation. They built infrastructure that does the work. That is the 10th mistake, and it's the most expensive one on this list because every time you try to fix something manually, you're renting a solution. When you build a system, you own one. The agents I see transform their pipeline fastest are not the most talented. They're not the most experienced. They're the ones who stopped trying to do everything manually and started building systems. That is what real estate marketing looks like in 2026. Let's run through it quickly. 10 mistakes, 10 solutions. 1. You're advertising in English to buyers who don't think in English. Fix native language ads. 2. You're targeting everyone, reaching nobody. Fix one nationality, one avatar, one message. 3. You're sending traffic to your homepage. Fix dedicated landing page, one job. 4. You're asking for contact details with no reason to give them. Fix a real lead magnet. 5. You're responding too slowly. Fix AI follow-up within 60 seconds every time. 6. You're giving up after 2 messages. Fix 90-day nurture sequence across WhatsApp, email, and SMS. 7. You're following up in English. Fix every touch point in the buyer's native language. 8. You're booking calls with unqualified leads. Fix automated qualification before the appointment. 9. You have no pipeline visibility. Fix A CRM with clear stages and automated next steps. 10. You're fixing things manually and watching them break. Fix a system that runs without you. That's the list, and every single one of these is fixable. Most of them are fixable faster than you think. Now, if you watched this and thought, I know I'm doing 3 or 4 of these, that's actually a good place to be because you know what to fix. The question is, do you want to fix it yourself, piece by piece, over the next 6 months? Or do you want a system that has all 10 of these already built in, running across your leads in 20-plus languages, live in your agency within 24 to 72 hours? That's what we do at SemExpress. The Golden Key Method, the 6-step system that covers every mistake I just walked you through, is what we build and deploy for real estate agents across Spain, Portugal, Cyprus, and Dubai. 160-plus agencies, 2,900-plus international buyer leads processed, and results like Maria's in Marbella. 900 euros of ad spend, 1.2 million in commission, that I don't expect you to take at face value. I expect you to come and see it yourself. The link in the description takes you to a free playbook that covers the full system. No credit card, no sales call until you're ready. Just the framework explained step by step. If after that you want to talk through what it would look like in your market, I'm here. Drop a comment below telling me which of the 10 mistakes hit you hardest. I read every one. And if I see a pattern, I'll make a dedicated video on it. If this was useful, share it with one agent in your market. They probably need it as much as you do. Thanks for watching. Go build something better. Your move.